5 seconds remaining.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BTS series. I'm LD. I'm joined here, of course, by my buddy Winter, and we're getting ready for this best of 3 showdown between First Departure and SatuDuaTiga. So without any further ado, let's just go right ahead and hop into the draft.
Winter,
First Departure, leading 1-0. Do you think SatuDuaTiga can make this a 3-game series, or will it be a 2-0 stomp?
Have to decide after the draft. The last game, they had very greedy, like way too greedy. You know, I always tell you why you don't have IO plus Earthshaker as your supports in the last game. That's why you don't, because your lanes will be so weak. And they took advantage. FD took full advantage of the weak lanes that SatuDuaTiga have, and they were playing at such a huge deficit after the laning phase, which was far too much, I think, for them.
Yeah, it really felt like First Departure were kind of throwing them a curveball there with you have the first pick PL, or first stage, and then it looks like they're setting up for Huskar pick. They go a totally different direction, and I don't know, it just seemed like they kind of had them out mind-gamed a little bit from the drafting stage, and then the way the mid lane started for Yamate, it was just disastrous.
Yeah,
he lost a lot of his regen early, was trying to rush the bottle, the Wisp couldn't save him, nothing really worked.
It's like they distracted them thinking about the Huskar, and then they forgot about their own draft where their lanes are so weak. They was too focused on the Huskar. Maybe it could be that. I think it plays a huge factor when you mess around with the opponent's captain. You know, you try to trick them, and they're gonna do PL plus Dazzle once more. And
I feel like it's kind of similar to like the techies factor in a way, where it's like this hero that maybe like Complexity would not even run it every time it was unbanned and at TI, but teams are, you know, they don't know, like, going towards those last few picks, do they want to pick it? So anyway, let's talk about this draft here, Winter. So it is going to be a first overall pick, Dazzle, and SatuDuaTiga will go for the Spirit Breaker Lina.
And you know Dazzle's best friend is Huskar, or Huskar's best friend is Dazzle.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's one of his better friends, unless you get the Chop Master.
The Chop Master. I don't think they will have the Chop Master this game, though. When you have Spirit Breaker and Lina, less probability that the Spirit Breaker, the X will be in this lineup. But I would say the other counter is the A, which would be more reasonable in this lineup that SatuDuaTiga have.
10 seconds remaining.
So they do ban the Brood and the Bloodseeker again, and again it's the mind games.
There's something still available in the pool. Something's not right. Oh, there's still Gyro. No wonder. I'm counting the heroes, but there's one hero missing.
There's one, yeah, kind of. Well, the Puck ban is very unexpected here. It was effective last game, but it's still a Puck.
It's like banning a Zeus from the last game. It's not something that I don't think the Puck was like a huge deal. Like it was more like their own draft was not very good, because they picked the Wisp into the Wyvern, so the Wisp wasn't able to do a whole lot that game. But SatuDuaTiga, once again, they ban out the clock against when they have Lina. It's a hero that can actually render the Lina, a core Lina, useless. So that is actually a ban that I understand. But the Puck, I'm not so sure. Maybe they just feel like the Puck would get a good laning phase against the Lina.
Darkseer now the pickup.
I think a lot of it has to do because he got the bounty rune. It's not like Puck really beats Lina in the lane, though. That's how I feel.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. But it seems like they've gotten in their head a little bit, which is all sometimes you really need to do in these matchups. So SatuDuaTiga now with the Darkseer grab. Gyro's still available. Disruptor still available.
This pick is actually very good versus PL. If you are laning off lane against PL, there are a couple of off laners that do really badly. I think Clockwork doesn't do too well against PL. Darkseer, however, does very well apart from Brood against PL. I think Darkseer is a good pickup against the PL's lane, and he's gonna be able to constantly harass the PL, even though they have a Dazzle, and Dazzle doesn't do like how much you want to say that Dazzle sustains PL in the lane. But I think as Darkseer, when you're playing against Dazzle, there's not much kill potential there in the lane. So I think Darkseer might be able to have a very good time on the off lane. And First Departure picking the Wyvern plus PL. They opened the draft with PL plus Wyvern from the last game, which I think is a very good opening. Wyvern plus PL work really well together. And in this game, I think it's also a deny pick towards what SatuDuaTiga have. They have the Darkseer Wyvern combination. So I think the pick here is very solid for FD.
Fourth pick for SatuDuaTiga. They have their Spearbreaker Lina and the Darkseer, so you've got an offlaner in there for sure.
Anti-mage. I don't know. I think it's anti-mage.
Most likely the mid.
10 seconds remaining.
So no Gyro, you don't think?
No,
Disruptor, I mentioned him. Good with the Darkseer. Kind of an obvious pickup.
It's a replacement towards the Wyvern. I think Wyvern is your number one go-to as a support with Darkseer. Disruptor is a good replacement, and in this game, Disruptor, I think Wyvern is better because Disruptor doesn't do much. You can't catch the PR. At least Wyvern can catch the PR. But they're not going to get the Wyvern. They're going to have the Disruptor, so they're going to have to deal with it. But they still have a good combination with Disruptor. Charge to give vision, and you can glimpse a target from a very good distance away. So that's a really good combination they have to chase down the PL if PL doesn't have his doppelganger on.
Reserve time.
Where they go from here now? Fourth pick for first departure.
Yeah, it's still a lot of spell damage though.
Yeah, it's a lot of nuke damage. Even the bash is magic damage, so...
And you have Wyvern plus Dazzle though. Huskar it feels immortal. I don't know.
It could be a God mode Huskar game, but if you pick it now, they have one pick to try and counter pick it.
Yeah,
and there is already the Lina.
But if you pick the Huskar now, then you ban like AA after. So if you talk about carries that are good against Huskar, which SatuDuaTiga can last pick, is like Juggernaut or anything, or any heavy physical right clicker. But
Outworld Devourer, the Outhouse Destroyer.
How often do you see that hero, my friend?
Never, never.
Maybe once or twice.
Do you miss the days of the double Midas, Clinks OD, MLG Columbus 2013?
I know you miss using this term. Moshi drops the hammer, gets a double kill.
Yeah, I don't think I've said that in a very long time, actually. I do miss that now that you mention it. They're really running the clock low here, Winter.
It's slightly better than your Kaboom, you know. It's actually more hype because when you talk about dropping the hammer, it feels more hype than Kaboom.
I don't know. I don't know, man. Kaboom's pretty good. And they're going to hold off on this last pick, so they don't reveal it. With the Sand King grab now, you know it's a core Sand King. Very interesting. Still leaving their mid hero most likely to be determined.
They just wanted heroes that can split push and defend towers so the PL can get.
Of course.
Right?
No clowny Huskar picks first departure.
Okay, so they banned the AM. Yeah, I expected that. If SatuDuaTiga didn't pick the AM here, they were not gonna get the AM. So replacements are like against PL are like Medusa. I think that's the number 3 heaviest carry right now after the PL and the anti-mage. Juggernaut doesn't do very well against PL. What else does Ben like to play? Let me think. Ben likes to play... he likes to play Void though.
10 seconds
yeah,
remaining.
that's one of his heroes that he likes to play.
We have seen a little resurgence of Faceless Void, really only in SEA so far.
They have Disruptor plus Void, which is a decent combination, and Darkseer so...
And the Darkseer can be really good, vacuuming them into the Chrono. They won't go for the Void. It is a more stable kind of standard pickup here. And Storm Spirit will be the selection.
So they have a lineup which I think they need to do well early because they don't have technically a carry hero, because Storm is like spellcaster slash semi-core, not a carry like PL. So SatuDuaTiga would have again you know, a time limit on this game. They need to close the game out early, do very well in the lanes, and not allow PL to get into his game. So let's see what they put Miracle on.
Alright.
I think he's playing this hero though. I think Fixus is playing PL and Miracle will play Legion. That might be wrong, but I think...
So is this a solo mid Legion? What are we... Sand King mid? Dual lanes?
Maybe not. Maybe he's playing PR because PR is still the super carry here though. Oh no, he's actually playing the Legion Commander because I know he likes to play this hero from playing with him in pubs. I know he likes to play this hero, and the idea behind this hero is kind of interesting though. I'm not sure the biggest reasoning why he picked this hero here. Usually you pick it to like when you want to dispel a certain lockdown ability like Lasso. You used to see teams pick Legion against Batrider a lot. But in this game, he can dispel the lockdown from Storm, Lina, Spiritbreaker, It's not the ideal lockdown to dispel, but I think the other biggest thing that he is going to provide for the PL is he's going to be able to buy time with overwhelming odds. It's a hero with a good nuke to push out the lanes, and they're going to push out the lanes, and Legion is going to be looking for pickoffs after the lanes are.
Yeah, the Legion as well as the Sand King together.
A good synergy between their lineup. It's just a hero that we don't see so much currently. I think apart from Miracle, maybe Bone 7 plays the most Legion.
Well, they definitely have enough lockdown to deal with the Storm now. They've got the Winter's Curse, the Duel, and the Sand King stun.
And they're good. If you curse and duel on the same team, what happens? The duel will actually take priority, right?
I think the duel... I know it takes priority over like Berserker's Call, but they're both ultimate, so I'm not sure at that point.
I think duel is like the ultimate, right? You actually take priority in everything. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I remember reading it somewhere that duel actually overrides everything else.
I guess we'll find out. Well, we may find out. I feel like if both of those spells get used in a chaotic team fight...
Yeah, but why would you want to use
no,
both?
No, you would curse... Yeah, you would maybe curse somebody else in the fight, I think. Or you wait and don't stack them so much.
Yep, so it's game number 2 of SatuDuaTiga versus FD in the BTS C Cup. And on the Raiden side, we have SatuDuaTiga captain 343 playing the Spirit Breaker, Kang on the Darkseer, Ben playing the Lina, Storm on Yamate, one of his best heroes, and lastly we have Minerva on the Disruptor. Take it away for the Singaporean friends.
Alright, we've got first departure looking to boot 1, 2, 3 out of the tournament here with the 1-0 lead. Winner will play Fnatic tomorrow, guys, in the Grand Finals. Call is your Sand King. Miracle on the Legion Commander will be going mid, rushing the bottle. Has some pulled tangos. Fixers on his... really his signature PL. He didn't play it last game, but it seems to be his most common hero for the squad. Kai on the Dazzle, and that does leave Lubby as Winter Wyvern.
But I know that Fixers, right, he's actually more comfortable playing gankers, no? Not a hero like PL. I don't think PL is his most comfort hero. Like the last game we saw him play Puck. I think those sort of heroes are the hero that...
Maybe it's just because they've been playing the Huskar a lot, and so he's just...
Yeah, I think they only switch it, man.
Okay. Well, it's been like half the games I've cast of him, so... for me, it seems like a signature hero, but I could well be wrong. First departure. They will ward off this camp early, Winter. They've double warded. 1 magic bush, 1 regular block, so... it'll be tough to get the pulls going here. See some early courier movement, but... 4-3 is in an interesting position here. Might be able to kill it off. Gotta be careful with this thing. The bottle is missing a charge here now. He runs. Run, Salamander! Run! It's gonna get run down, it seems. Slowed down. But the Storm could turn for Miracle. What's he want? 3-4-3 has the charge. He gets juked around a bit. He charges away from the lane. Gets nothing. Miracle. Calm under pressure. Now he'll bottle courier his way back.
The mid lane is going to be very crucial though, how well the Legion Commander does against Storm. I think against Storm is quite tough for him. Any melee would struggle against Storm, but Legion Commander might have a slightly better time because you can just keep healing yourself and using the nuke to farm. But Storm would definitely be much more happy in that lane. He would be getting more farm than the Legion Commander if nothing weird happens or no solo kill happens. And if you look at FD's supports, right, if they're actually gonna be... because when you do aggro tri-lane, it's gonna be obvious when you make a rotation towards middle, so...
Miracle.
I don't think they will be able to actually...
They are gonna charge Miracle. They took an early point here in the pull. There's no bash though, so not much damage from 3-4-3. Needs really good body blocks. One more auto attack. The creep gets the kill. And the first blood will go. The Radiant squad here taking down Miracle in the mid lane. Meanwhile, bottom Minerva on the run. There is a lance available. Need the vision here for Fixers. Lobby is hasted, but it's about to wear off, and Minerva jukes into the trees, hides from Fixers, has the tangos to try and retreat his way through. Is he going to eat the tree? No! Completely fools him, but then in the end runs right back, and they're waiting. Lance will connect. Disruptor trying to cover the path of retreat here, but... not gonna matter as Ben is able to make his way out in the end. Still though, charge on the Fixers, and now there is a point in the bash, so they do a bit more damage from this. Continuing to auto-attack him down. Lubby does not have a point yet in either of his other abilities, only the early point in the Arctic Burn. Uh-oh, Miracle, Mako down again mid lane. Turns, trying to bait this in a bit from Yamate.
He has stick chargers. Oh,
well, he's really playing it close here.
Yeah, going back to the point, this Disruptor actually had kinetic field at level 1. I think this is very weird.
Usually do you take the nuke, it seems.
Yeah, you take the nuke, or like extremely rare cases you want to get glimpse. Extremely rare cases.
It does end up costing him there, as it really did nothing to help him get out.
Yeah, maybe if he had the glimpse, he would have probably had a better chance to survive there.
We'll continue to rotate the lanes around now. After the death of the Disruptor Winter, he goes onto the mid lane. Gonna camp out for the 4-minute rune, but keeping an eye on this mid lane. Miracle dead even in C. He has 16-1 to the 17-2 of Yamate. Unfortunately, he's a bit behind here in terms of net worth due to the death. But he's still doing pretty well, all things considered, and now bottles up a double damage rune.
Yeah, and the other lane we haven't really touched much is the Sand King versus Darkseer lane. I think it's quite a matchup favorite for Darkseer, and he's really owning the Sand King a lot on the last hits department, or he's gonna even be able maybe to get this kill here.
They do find the kill top. Kai now just rotating in, but may end up going down to the Ion Shell as well. If there's a bash here, he could be in a lot of trouble. Has the Poison Touch, no Grave. He was not expecting this 3-hero movement. End up punishing him for it. Elsewhere, looks like the Wyverns come in mid. He walks right on top of Yamate, has the Remnants up, can try to chase Lubby a bit. Still no points here, and the Cold Embrace will end up going out. Miracle too slow in the heal and unable to save him. Doesn't have the duel yet either. Another 2 kills for SatuDuaTiga. They continue to pull ahead now. 1,500 gold and experience lead, and
they can kill mid soon. Storm is level 6 and they have
they're charging. They'll get the initiation here from the Storm. Miracle does get bashed, and oh, stick charge is coming out. Is it enough? No, sorry, it's not. Now on to Lubby, balling in deeper. Yamate just getting out of hand in the mid lane will kill off Lubby too. And elsewhere, the Spirit Breaker dies as the tower does what the hero could not. But still, 6-2 the score. And this Storm quickly becoming a problem. Now has 3 kills and 1 assist. They do heal bomb Kang top lane, but oh, it was the Poison Touch enough damage? He's able to just surge away, already level 7.5. So even there, they're thwarted in their efforts. Boy, he is extremely high level.
The only good news is Lina is really good news for FD. Lina is really underfarmed, and PL is doing very well. I think all things considered for his team.
She's still level 5 though.
Storm is gonna be. Storm is gonna be like a huge problem this game for FD. He has the Soul Ring complete. He can TP down and maybe try to make something happen here. No, he's gonna TP mid.
Top tower is under
To his lane.
The site of first departure. They have the duel on Miracle Winter. Do you see any duel opportunities around the map? And if so, where do you think he should go?
It's quite difficult though without a blink, but right now he can't really go jungle because SB is missing. It's either that he stays in his lane or just run down to bottom lane to try and push the tower, which is not so likely as well. So I think staying mid lane would probably be...
Oh, they are bringing the team towards the mid lane to support Miracle, but he's in pretty far. There's the initial charge coming through. Bash as well. Miracle may just tick down here. There's a point in Glimpse, just a single one, and with the Remnant coming out, now the kinetic field pop, Miracle will drop again. Not having that explosive start that you'd like to see on a Legion, and while that was all going on, they also took the tier 1 top. Kane is level 8, has a bottle, a soul ring, as well as the headdress gold if he wants it. This is going to be a super fast mech timing for the Darkseer on top of everything else going wrong, and they're not even done with that. They're charging with 343, gets that initial charge bash, and now looks for a bit more. Ion Shell burning kind on. He has no mana. He'll end up dropping 2. 8-2 the score. A complete turn of events here in game number 2 is it's 1, 2, 3, just making it all look so easy.
There is still hope, my friend. PL is like still farming quite well, and he's going to go for the same item build again. He goes for the naked boost of travel, like we saw from him in the other series. He's going to do the same thing this game. But the difference is the other series, his teammates was much more farm than this game. So his team was able to make a lot of space when he went for the greedy boost of travel build. This game, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, he was ahead that game, and they, like you said, the team was making space. I don't know if we'll see it this time. He's up against the Lina, a Storm, a lot of burst damage here. Maybe if the Dazzle can save him, but it's an under-level Dazzle. Kai's only got the level 1 Grave. That early point in Poison Touch, clearly not worth it at this stage.
I think when you get Poison Touch and you don't get a kill, it's very crippling.
It really is.
Because you like you mentioned, you won't be getting too much levels as a support, and every point you have in Grave is so substantial, you know, because of the range and the cooldown. Level 1 is so bad, the range. It's like you have to sit so
you have
close
to be hugging them, like hanging onto their leg, just to have a chance at getting that Grave off, and then you get punished by the Storm. He's most likely going to have vision on you. Tough now for the Dazzle.
Yeah, and the Storm is getting such a good start, and I'm liking what he's doing. He's going to go for the Orchid against Dazzle, which is something that I think players sometimes tend to focus on getting the first item Bloodstone way too much. I think there are a lot of situations where the early Orchid will actually provide a lot for your team and more solo kill potential rather than going for the first item Bloodstone, which we see more and more common nowadays because everyone is so prioritized on getting farm.
It's so good. I feel like it's so good in this game because Wyvern and Dazzle are just dirt poor, and even the Sand King Winter is not very farmed. So you've got 3 heroes that can easily be ganked by the Storm.
I think everyone else can be ganked by the Storm.
Yeah,
honestly,
well, Wyvern not a solo kill. PL, if he gets silenced, can.
What?
Oh no, sorry. I was looking at Legion Commander, and for some reason I said Wyvern. I meant Legion Commander, but
okay, Legion Commander.
but everyone else. Actually, maybe PL is. PL might just die here to the Spirit Breaker if the bashes keep on coming. Does have the point in charge, but needed 1 or 2 more extras.
So the game plan for FD is definitely to stall as much as possible. I think apart from the Dazzle being low level, in this lineup you need the Wyvern to be high level because he's like the primary defense, right? The tower defender. He's gonna spam his blast constantly to buy time for your team. So you need to, at some point you need to give him a lane to actually get level 7. Or at the very least level 6.
Well, you mentioned the PL was farming pretty well, but he is not really keeping up with these other cores. His Darkseer already a completed mech, and even the Storm also ahead of him, so...
Wow, Darkseer actually has 90, close to 100 last hit.
He was just destroyed. They made the 3-hero rotation top. He was like creep skipping the whole time. They kill the Dazzle, they take the tower, he just stayed top.
This is like...
He's so far ahead.
This is like with a huge stack of neutral creeps though. You don't get so many lane creeps at this.
Yeah, he was farming their pull camp as well as his own full camp top at some point.
Yeah, I guess that's like a classic 1v1 when Darkseer totally dominates against another melee hero. And there's going to be another charge.
Well, not a 1v1 when this happens. They have the Dust available, but he burrows in to cancel the charge. Well played. Still, the Dust can get popped here if they really want to commit for this. Now rotating in the Dazzle as well. He may take the Nether Strike. Still hanging on to it. Epicenter's available. They're going to duel, and they will commit to kill off Kang. A big kill. He was level 11, and they're not done yet. They may get the burrow off here. Finding 343 through the tree line. Great cutoff there by Mr. Hana.
Wow, that is a huge
2,000 experience.
And the Sand King running into the fog, and they didn't really expect the epicenter to come out. I think that was a really good play from the Sand King there. He ran into the trees and just casted his epi from there, and they were still trying to fight them without knowing that the epicenter is actually coming on them. It was a 500 gold bounty or 600 gold bounty.
It was a total of a 2,100 gold swing and 1,900 experience.
2,100?
Yeah. Swing.
What?
Swing.
So it's like, it calculates the fact that the Darkseer lost a huge portion of
yeah, well they lost, I think, 600 and got 1,300, or it might have been, I think that's what it was, that particular fight.
Yeah, that's massive.
Something along those lines, anyway.
He doesn't even have a streak, no, he just got 1 kill. It's just based on net worth.
He's level 11, his net worth gigantic, so they get a lot of golden experience for that kill. Yeah, I don't think he had a streak. He was, yeah, only 1 kill.
No,
so.
He didn't. It was 1 kill, so that's definitely no streak on the Darkseer.
But the bigger they are, the harder they fall.
I think
Goliath syndrome.
SatuDuaTiga has to group up and take towers, you know. They only so far gotten, like, they are in such a huge lead, but they only gotten like 1 tower so far. And you have to start getting towers before the Sand King gets Blink. Once the Sand King has Blink, it's gonna be difficult to get towers because you're always running the risk, right? Here we saw it from EG when you're pushing against the Blink Sand King.
They're moving on Miracle mid, but Kai might be here in time with the Grave. No! Can't get it off, it's only level 2. Might have had a second there, tried to use the heal first, but wasn't enough in the end as Kai is now pursued. Likely to be finished up, but Yamate Yamate, oh, the stick, but doesn't really matter. 343 commits anyway. We'll get that kill. Elsewhere, Fixer's also on the run here. He's already doppelganger back, and Kang's thinking about diving for the Spirit Breaker. Has a charge in 3 seconds, may be able to finish off Fixers, especially since it's only a level 2 doppelganger. Gets fogged.
He changed his mind, LD.
They're gonna take the tower now, Winter.
PL changed his mind. He didn't go for the naked battle Boots of Travel because he realized his team was in.
I really don't think it's the game for naked Boots of Travel.
Yeah, he really wanted to go for the naked Boots of Travel just now. Then he changed his mind. I think it's a better decision not to go.
Well,
for
Winter,
it.
they lose the Legion here. They give up the tower, but they have double blink ready now. And Miracle's gonna jump in, showing it off, and yeah, got those creeps. Creeps secured.
Huh, so he actually shows the blink. I don't think they know he had a blink, right? He didn't.
They actually did because they have a lane ward, but yeah, he just got it before he died.
He needs to make space for his team, for the PR especially, and he's gonna get charged.
There's one way to make space. If he baits them into his entire team, charge coming through. They're setting up with the epicenter. This could be amazing for Hana, but it's a complete airball on most of the Epi. Minerva surviving through it all. Now the Winter's Curse on the 343, a decent one with the Static Storm here, turning it in favor of 1-2-3. Yamate jumping forward, Miracle on the run. There's the Burrowed interrupting and charge initiation. Still Miracle may go down. No! Save for now by Lovey, but it just doesn't seem to matter. Prepping with the Remnant as Miracle looks for the follow-up. Still hasn't dueled. Is he going to try for it? Yamate under the tower gets clipped by the duel, but got off an overload proc. May end up going down for this in the pit. The PL's on the run, jumps up towards the H. Yamate finds the kill anyway. Still chasing. Lubby now also backing off here. Wyvern does have a single Splinter Blast and a Cold Embrace at the ready, but it won't matter, Winter. They're lucky they didn't lose 3 or 4. That's the double blink reveal. They got the Epi off. Just not a good enough fight.
He tried to bait them into the Epi though, but I think the Sand King had to get at least one more hero in the stun. He only got the Disruptor. I don't think it was enough for them. He needed to get a better Burrow Strike than that in that position. Legion purposely, I think Miracle did it on purpose. He didn't want to blink away. He wanted the charge to complete from the Spirit Breaker so they could actually take a fight at, you know, it was like 1-2-3 running up a choke point because it was close to their ancients, and FD had a really good advantage there, being on the high ground. But they still lost.
There's a Radiant Ward up here towards top. They know Kai's in the neighborhood, but they're just going to commit on to Fixers. It's only a level 2 Shallow Grave. Does pop it. It's rather early, though. And 1-2-3 is going to keep on chasing through this. They have the Doppelganger Blake Burrow there trying to run. Fixers barely surviving the walls on cooldown. Now the Lance comes out. Burrow ready in 4 seconds time. No Epi just yet. 3-4-3 just running in. He's going to even charge his way forward. Burrow to interrupt it. Now the heal comes out again. Doesn't do the damage that particular time. And by the way, Ben has a Laguna Blade as well as a Yule Scepter. Laguna on to call. We'll find the kill. Still 2 heroes down as the Legion Commander got picked off in the mid lane. That was the Yamate Orchid reveal, it seems. Nothing for first departure here.
PL is still not dying though. That's the only good news. That's like the consolation prize they have.
He's really not farming very well though. 67 CS at 17 minutes.
It's not his fault though, because it's so constricted, the map. He barely has any room to farm because no one is actually making space. The fight there at the Roche Pit had to work for them though. That fight, losing that fight means that they're actually they fall so much further behind compared to 1-2-3. That was a fight that would actually at least gain back some ground for them. So right now they have to wait. I'm not sure until when though, because now the Sand King blink is already scouted. All the blinks are scouted, and it's always the first epicenter with your blink is the most scary. The ones after is less scary because the enemy knows that you have the blink.
Well, Winter, at this point with the PL not really farming, the blink daggers revealed, good aggressive wards up. Where do you start if you're trying to recover from this?
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think they can only defend high ground though. They don't really have that many plays left, because if they go for pickoffs, there's a storm and there's a charge. It's very difficult to go for pickoffs on the map. It's not easy. And if you fail 1 or 2 pickoffs, I think they're gonna catch the.
He's got charged though. He just runs on towards him. Miracle maybe can interrupt this. He's got the duel available.
Oh, he's gonna duel him.
Haste room pop. Or no, sorry, Invis room pop. He didn't have the haste in time. Now the Blink Burrow coming through. Miracle Looking for the initiation here. Does get off the duel. That's some winter damage. He needed it, but not sure it's going to matter. He may die here to the storm. Glimpse back. They still get both initiators anyway. Yamate, 7-0-5, getting really out of hand now.
Oh, bottom lane, the Wyvern is going to look to set up a kill.
Can they do it? Curse is available. Just clips him right on the boundary, but this is dangerous. They've got the wall. Oh, he couldn't get it off in time. Close to getting the Fixer's kill with that. They do successfully make it a 2-for-2 around the map, and you said it. The silver lining is PL not dying, but it's going to be enough here, really, for first departure.
He actually had a Blade of Alacrity just now, and he sold it. I think he might change
Boots
his
of
mind.
Travel?
He might still go. Yeah, he might still go for Boots of Travel. He had a Blade of Alacrity like moments ago. I saw it. He bought it. Now
He may have also thought he was in danger of dying, I suppose, but hanging on to the gold for now. Seems he's Fixer's really unsure of what the right item right now is.
I think you just decide between Yasha, Diffusal, or Boost of Travel.
No Mask of Madness this game, huh?
Sure. Mask of Madness is a Midas for the Phantom Lancer.
Yeah, getting a Midas when you're down 17-7 and what is it, like 12k gold? Probably not the build. Especially versus that Orchid. A lot of damage to worry about.
Yeah, I think Diffusal probably is still the optimal build. It allows you to get out from the silence, so you might be able to push more aggressively with the Diffusals compared to having Boost of Travel. So that might be actually the better choice there for the PL, and he's actually going to go for it.
Yamate is getting very farm now. Almost has the completed Bloodstone pickup as well, and went Orchid first. And I mean, this is the power of going for that early Orchid Winters. You can just farm heroes and still keep up in terms of net worth, even compared to that greedier Bloodstone build. Yamate's gotten just... After last game especially, it's a complete 180 for him in the mid lane.
Yeah, this game he had a much better start because Spirit Breaker 343 helped him a lot in the lane. He set up I think a number of kills, 3 kills on the lane against the Legion Commander. So the Storm had an easy time in the laning phase.
Bloodstone officially up, 21 minutes in. Will he snowball? Or will first departure be able to take some of these charges away?
He's already snowballing, my friend.
Okay, snowball more. They do have the lockdown. That is the thing here, I feel. If they can catch him out, if Yamate overextends, this is not a hopeless game versus Storm. And now the Diffusal Blade comes out.
Lincoln's could be a good pickup for the Storm.
Just to counter all that single target lockdown, you're saying?
Yeah, and it's not only that though. When you're split pushing alone, the only thing that can catch you is either the Burrow Strike. You don't really block the Burrow Strike, you only block the Legion Commander duel, which is the longest duration disable that FD have. And the charge is gonna come in.
Committing, but the Burrow Strike is there. Still Yamate engaging. He has the Orchid ready, does get the sounds off on the Miracle, pulling him back into an additional Remnant, and with that, Miracle in a lot of danger will go down. Rest of the team retreating. Good effort there by Hana to cover his escape, but just unable to do it in the end.
It's still fine though, honestly, for FD because they didn't lose the PL. PL is continuously growing as a hero. And at this point the Legion Commander it's not even, like her death is not even relevant anymore because she's not the important hero in their lineup. The PL is the only guy that you don't want dying. Anyone else dying is fine for FD.
He's just parked in the bottom lane. Fixer's farming out the waves as best he can. They have the ward coverage here from 1-2-3, but actually finding kills, they'll de-ward that one pesky lane ward.
That's a really good sentry to de-ward that lane ward. Huh. That was.
I don't think I've seen that one before.
I didn't expect him to place it there. Yeah, I have not seen that.
Oh, lovely. Well, not everybody can survive easily here. They do turn this though with the Epi. Maybe they were ready for it after all. First departure, almost bringing out 2 up the map. The Laguna comes out, finishing off the Sandcade, and now PL has his opening to try to engage into this. Should be able to finish off Ben in a flurry of spear swipes. Down he goes. PL though out of mana. They actually see the real one. Looks like he's able to scurry away. Walks past the Radiant Observer.
That wasn't so bad though for them.
2 for 3. It's like they were prepared with the Epi. It seemed they expected that jump.
Legion still has her duel online, but like you mentioned, PL doesn't have a lot of mana.
Storm initiating. Miracle trying to bait him in towards the tower. And now the charge comes through. Fixers walks into the wall, though. Can't help Miracle. It's a godlike Yamate. 13 Bloodstone charges at 23 minutes. 11, 0, and 5. Just imagine if the PL kills him. He'll be richer than God.
At this point, you get like, what, 1,200 gold for killing him?
Yeah, something like that. And you're taking gold away, as well as the Bloodstone charges.
Yeah, unless he suicides, then it'll be a different story. But it's like a 1,400 gold bounty on him right now.
I'm pretty sure if they kill him, he's either being dueled or Burrow Strike / Winter's Cursed, so... I don't know if we'll see... Maybe if he gets the Lincolns, then he may be able to get away with the deny.
Yeah, it's possible though. He has the ultimate off. But I know he likes... His favorite build on Storm is Orchid, Bloodstone, and Hex right away. He doesn't like to get Lincolns so much. Because he told me that he doesn't like building defensive items on Storm. When we were on a team. He likes to build more offensive items, even though it's like a risk sometimes, but he still prefers to be more offensive with his Storm.
Oh, trust me, Winter. He's offensive right now. He's really pissing off the First Departure fans, and the ball's in, almost instantly killing off Lubby, who had the Glimmer Cape, but one more auto attack ends him, and it's now 14 Bloodstone charges and counting. Piling in.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I don't know who you really kill at this point. Like, they just... You've got a Darkseer walking around with a Guardian Greaves as well as a Glimmer Cape here. Just chucking out the wall defensively to hold the tower. The Storm's absolutely massive at this point, and even the Spirit Breaker, 300 health, 13 armor. You're just not killing anyone except the Disruptor. And
now Storm has Aegis though. He's gonna be able to dive into the supports. He's gonna kill the Dazzle.
3-4-3 going in ultra deep with the charge. Epicenter will come out, but is it gonna turn this fight? Yamate ever so tanky. Static Storm thrown down on top of 2. Miracle as well as Hana may go down the Winter's Curse. Just used on Yamate, but it's only the Aegis. 17 Bloodstone charges at 26 minutes. 18 now with that additional kill and counting. They even lost the PL in the middle of that chaotic fight. Then GG. We're going to a game 3.
That's the nail in
this
the
was the most one-sided match I think we've had so far in the cup.
They cannot afford to lose the PL there. Too bad.
Throne explodes and just a dominant showing here. 1, 2, 3.
So we have 2 one-sided games. First game and second game. So the third game. Sometimes when the series opens, starts like this, one team gets one-sided game for one game and the second game. The third game tends to become much more contested, usually. So we can actually expect a much more evenly contested game because now the teams have a better grasp of the opponent's strategies and how they move around the map. So in the third game usually becomes much more exciting to watch in this